doing Alien 3, and we were trying to get the digital files of this so that we could put some subliminal Tylerisms into the Fox logo. I actually went to Arnon after the thing and said, please let me redo the Regency logo. The opening title sequence was supposed to be starting inside the fear center of Edward Norton's brain, and the electricity that's running through it is like electrical stimuli that's running through his brain. These are supposed to be impulses, fear-based impulses, and we're supposed to be pulling through. We're changing scales the whole time, so we're starting at the size of a dendrite or whatever these things are. We're sort of pulling back through, and we're going through the frontal lobes, and we're going to exit. We go into this. There's this whole black section in there where it's just like little particles going by, which is we've left the brain, and we're now moving to the skull casing. This is inside the skull, where Arnon's name appears. It's actually inside the skull of inside bone, which apparently there's some fluid in. I didn't know that. And then we pull out through this clogged pore in Edward's face. I remember showing him, the first time we showed him the rough test of this, he was like, my face is not that dirty. And I said, this is all based on actual photographs of your skin.
People are always asking me if I know Tyler Durden.
But I wanted to do this, if there's ever a chance for a Fight Club ride at Universal Studios, this is going to be it, the brain ride, flying down Edward's nose and seeing all the little crusty scabs at the end of his nostrils.
That old saying, how you always hurt the one you love? Well, it works both ways. We have front row seats for this theater of mass destruction. The demolitions committee.
The shot where the camera tilts down and falls, away from the skyscraper, and then goes through the street and goes into the subterranean parking, and then across the street into the other subterranean parking, was kind of something that we hit on late in the film. We were trying to kind of come up with ideas for ways to show his thought process, his kind of manic disassociative state. And so we had this idea we were going to do, we knew we were going to do the whole kind of tour through his kitchen and show how the whole kitchen had filled up with gas, and how his apartment, some kind of logical explanation for how his apartment exploded. And when we started seeing the tests for it, we thought, we're going to do more of this. There has to be a couple of other times in the movie where we see kind of how quickly he thinks, his thought process. And when we saw the photogrammetry tests of the kitchen stuff, we started thinking, well, wow, we could really open the movie on the 31st floor of this building and then go out the window and drop all the way down and see the bombs and see the ticking and see the jerry cans, and then go through the side of the van and across the street and into another. So that became sort of a little, not thematic, but it was a little bookended kind of a precursor to how crazy his thought process is.
When deep space exploration ramps up, it'll be the corporations that name everything. The IBM Stellar Sphere.
This is another example of it, the Galactic Tour of Garbage.
Probably there's any snacks.
Zach Grenier, he's a really terrific actor. I don't think he really appreciated us saying, oh, you're perfect for this smarmy boss's role. I don't know if anybody ever really likes being perfect for the smarmy boss's role. But I always I always liked the idea of the boss being this guy who's he's trying to kind of be empathetic, but to this, guy who works for him, but he doesn't really want to get involved enough to truly find out how deranged he is. So he's always kind of he's caught between a rock and a hard place, and it's only late in the movie that he realizes that this guy's a disgruntled postal worker in the making. The Fernie catalog.
as I was recently in them.
Ah,
Nice one.
hats, man, hats. You can make any look look fantastic with a hat, but you can't if you've got the wrong shoes on. And you can make, you know, I see so many kids, they're walking around and they look ordinary, but they put a hat on and then suddenly they're like, oh yeah man, I'm a rude boy. And then suddenly, boom, jump up a level. But still got to be a good hat.
Uh-huh.